Hello everybody, and this is King Zeus 6117 coming at you with a new video today. So today we're actually going to do a battle sort of recap, sort of analysis sort of thing. This is my attempt at sort of putting my battles out there, my content out there, in a way that will kind of force me to do a little bit better. I'm a very casual battler as it is right now, and I feel like sort of analyzing my mistakes or what I do good or what I do bad and whatnot in each individual battle is going to sort of help me and become a better battler. Now, this battle actually took place a few days ago, so I don't remember turn for turn the battle. But before we get into that, let's just sort of break down our team and just what we were trying to do for this league or for this match. So for this match, I in my opinion, I basically brought a version of sort of like a hyper offense and bulky Sandslash to sort of keep off hazards. But I guess we'll break it down mon by mon. Dragapult we have here. Um, I have Dragapult at this speed specifically to outspeed a Mon. That Mon was. I actually had to pause and look at that, but it was multiple Mons. I had this Dragapult set up to outspeed base 110s. So that's the speed investment. We have Modest Nature Life Orb to kind of hit as hard as we can. And as far as our attacks, we have Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Hidden Power, Steel, and U-Turn. Now, funny story, in this league specifically, I asked some clarifications for a different rule. I honestly, at this point in time, don't even remember what the rule was. But oh, it was do megas have to have or do they have to first turn evolve? And I was told by the moderator that if a rule wasn't specifically outlined in the rule doc, to not worry about it. So, hidden power wasn't outlined on the rule doc, and I believe that we were the first match of the first week, so the first match of the league in general. So I was the trendsetter that decided to break all of the rules and bring a hidden power. Now, it is what it is. But going forward, hidden power will be banned. We actually uh, had to wait for a while because I believe I clicked hidden power like turn one or turn two or something like that, and we had to wait for our moderator to join the battle to okay or tell us to restart, which I totally said I was fine with restarting, but they just said kind of carry on, and from now on, just no hidden powers basically. So, trendsetter, rule breaker, that's what we're doing over here, I guess. Uh, but, carrying on to the next line, we got Urshifu Rapid Strike. I have a Adamant Choice Scarf, max speed, max attack. Surging Strikes, Close Combat, U-Turn, and Thunder Punch. Urshifu was here to be a level of speed control and just kind of hit things hard. I said earlier that I had a bulky Sandslash, and that's what this is. I have Impish Nature, max HP, max defense for an attack to, get those big rapid spins off. LOL. But Earthquake's doing big damage. We have Spikes, Rapid Spin, Earthquake, and Knockoff. Next, we have Vikavolt, Choice Specs, Quiet Nature, with Sticky Webs, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, and Bug Buzz. I really wanted to kind of get like Trick Room working this week, and Vikavolt was going to be my Trick Room sweeper. Because not many things want to take a quiet, so max special attack choice Thunderbolt from this Vikavolt. Next, we have Pinsirite. With these two mons, back to back, you can kind of see why I wanted Sandslash or a mon there just to kind of get hazards off the field in general. But with Big Mega Pinsir, we have max attack, max speed, adamant, Swords Dance, Quick Attack, Earthquake, and Close Combat. This was going to be a breaker. I wanted to kind of use this in tandem with the Urshifu Rapid Strike to be a big breaker, with also sweeping capabilities. Urshifu Rapid Strike is scarfed, obviously, and this has that big adamant quick attack, which, because of the aerialate ability, turns into a flying type move with its bad bonus and all that good stuff. And then next mon, last mon, definitely not least, we have Big Slowking Galar with the Kasib Berry. Now, you'll see this shortly, so I don't feel too bad in spoiling this, but they had a Gengar. So this Slowking Galar, in my mind, when I was setting up this team, it had two jobs. Catch Gengar and set up Trick Room. The Kasib berry is to catch Gengar. That is the berry that lowers the damage dealt by ghost types. And then we have Trick Room. Honestly, if I get Trick Room up in this battle, Slowking with the rest of its moves that it has can kind of do some breaking or some sweeping at the end as well. But that's just sort of what I was thinking of going into the battle, so I'm going to pause right here and get into the replay real quick. Alright, here we are with the replay. Now, looking at this team, they have Gengar, Chestnut, Corviknight, Latias, Mega Diancie, and Mienshao. Not Mienfoo. Mienfoo is the smaller one? Whatever. Anyways, Gengar and Latias are both sitting here at big 110 speed, which Dragapult is set to outpace, barring any Scarfers or anything like that. Mienshao has the 105 speed, but other than that, we just kind of get into it. We're gonna turn Dark Themed on and hit play. So, first and foremost, we're going to turn off the music because I did not expect that for some reason. But turn one, we have Mega Diancie versus Dragapult. Now, Mega Diancie is definitely a lot slower than Dragapult, and it is 100% what I brought the Hidden Power Steel for. So, obviously, turn one, I'm going to try to catch it with that Hidden Power Steel. I mean, not obviously, but that's definitely what I try to do. If you look up here, we had our Good Luck Have Funds. I'm definitely trying to be very positive about this draft league in general, or all my draft leagues, I guess. Just because if I don't like something, I'm not going to continue doing something. So as long as I like it, I will continue doing it, win or lose. But having said that, getting back to the battle, turn one, we click Hidden Power Steel. It does 45%. And then this is when we start talking. Just scrolling up, Hidden Powers allowed. I ask, is it not? And he says, hold on, let me get a mod to join. I say, my bad if I mess this up. We just kind of sit here for a few minutes. Mod joins. Is Hidden Power allowed? It's not banned on the dock, but it should be. Let me see if it's his fault or mine. I am for sure the his in this point in time. And then we say, okay, that moderator leaves and another one joins. And he says, it's banned. Pretty sure it's on the dock. And then David tells him it's not because it very much wasn't at this point in time. So just kind of, we talk about it a little bit, and then they say that they're going to make an announcement, but they say, they'll allow it for this match, just carry on, and then they just kind of were, in the background for the rest of the match. So getting back into the battle, it is now, we have switched out to Sandslash, and it is that versus Mienshao. Mienshao hits the knockoff, so there goes our leftovers. And then they go Big Lottie. Now, Lottie comes out, and we hit the spikes. Sandslash was here to be bulky. Sandslash was here to set up spikes, but Sandslash was very, very much primarily here to keep hazards off the field. So they switch out into their Big Latias. And then I switch out to Slowking Galar. Slowking Galar is a amazing special defensive tank. Um, I don't necessarily like how it was used in this battle. I could have used it definitely better, but Slowking is here. Now, what is next? They drop a big Draco that does 75%, and I switch out to get some recovery. Reason being, can't let Slowking die. Slowking is there to facilitate the end game that I sort of want in my head. Um, I think I very much was focused uh, in the team building and in the actual battle of finishing the game one way, and that was with Trick Room. I feel like there was definitely many points in time when I could have tried to sweep other ways. But sort of getting back into it, they drop another Draco, which does 62%, and then they go out to Big Chestnut. Chestnut is here to be bulky and stop Urshifu from doing things it wants to do. It caught that spike, caught that U-turn. We're out. We find out it has Rocky Helmet, and then we're into Slowking Galar. Slowking is a great um, because it is both bulky, can take a few attacks, but it also has that great regenerator ability. So every time we switch in and out, we get I believe it's like a third of our health back or something like that. So now we're Slowking versus Chestnut, and in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, I want to win with Chestnut, or well, I want to use Trick Room. I wanted to win with Trick Room, but if I break with Trick Room or broke with Trick Room and then, swept with Quick Attack Pinsir or Choice Scarf or Shifu, it is what it is. So, in saying that, I tried to go for Trick Room, but they, having much better prep than I do, hit the taunt. Now, at this point in time, I don't know what my thought process was. I feel like Slowking could have just sort of hit the Chestnut, did big damage. It is what it is. Um, I don't mind doing damage calculations now because this is post game. Everything's sort of uh, gone and it's the battle's said and done already. So I don't mind doing some calculations. But we have the where is my Slowking? Did some calculations for a different match or whatever. Well, not calculations, some post match calculations, I guess, for a different video. But we have our custom set and we have Chestnut. Um, let's just click on a random one. But if this Chestnut was 252 attack, and if we go to Adamant, which I severely doubt it was anyways, but if we would have threw off an Earthquake, it would have, I guess it would have been a roll, because I was at, what was I at last turn? 58%. Oh, so looking at it now, I guess that would have just straight up KO'd me if he would have went for Earthquake. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily why I switched, but I mean, looking at it retrospectively, I'm glad I switched. But he taunts me, I go to Vikavolt, and then he uses Leech Seed. Because he used Leech Seed, I very much should have just went ahead and attacked with my Slowking. But I switched out, I went to Vikavolt. I figure there's probably not too much that Chestnut wants to do to Vikavolt. And then they taunt, and I just hit him with a Thunderbolt. I figure either they're going to switch out, fearing like an Air Slash or Bug Buzz or something like that, or even if they don't switch out, I'm just going to drop the Thunderbolt, do big damage. It is what it is. I feel like they hit taunt because they assumed that I was going to be like Sticky Web or something like that. Which, speaking, retrospectively, I kind of wish I would have brought, a different set on Vikavolt and Slowking. I guess I do kind of wish that I brought, a more defensive Vikavolt with sticky webs and a just, straight up modest Slowking Galar with Assault Vest with just 4 hits. Um, I feel like if I had did that, this game would have turned out much differently, but I feel like I can also say that without spoiling too many things. So then I get the Leech Seed. I switch back out into Slowking Galar, where they Spiky Seed, or Spiky Seed, Spiky Shield, trying to get some more recovery. And then Slowking comes in, taunts, and I just hit the Psychic. I decided at that point in time, Chestnut was here, Chestnut was doing damage, Chestnut was being annoying, I didn't want to deal with it. Let's just hit it. I'm, damn near at full. I'm not gonna get too much more HP to sort of take whatever hit he wants to go for and then deal damage back. So I just sort of hit the Psychic, and then he goes Gengar. And I feel like this was one of the points in time where me focusing on how I wanted to play the game and not trying to be more versatile really bit me in the butt. Gengar comes in. Gengar hits Shadow Ball. Berry goes off. It was a big critical hit. I don't know if the critical hit mattered too much, but it did a lot of damage. I ate my Berry, and then I just go ahead and take out Gengar with Psychic. Now, I believe at this point in time, me being up 6-4, I am in a decent position. But this is 100% where things kind of start going downhill. Now, they go into Mega Diancie. I go into Sandslash. They rock polish up. Now, with how the game is going at this point in time, in my mind, Trick Room is still the way. Trick Room is the option. Trick Room is how I'm going to win. So, all I try to do is go to Sandslash. I meant to sack it, but Earth Power didn't do too much damage, and Earthquake does all of the damage. Holy crap. I said, and there's like a sort of like post chat or like post battle chat in our Discord server. I said, in that Discord server that I very much considered running a choice banded Earthquake Sandslash. Well, Sandslash with other coverage moves, but with Earthquake. And even if I just ran an offensive Sandslash here, well, not too offensive, because if I went too offensive, I probably wouldn't have survived that hit. But, probably just like, I don't know, a good 40 more EVs or something like that in attack, and Diancie would have been done here, and the rest of the game wouldn't have gone out like this. So he takes out Sandslash. I go into Dragapult. At this point in time, David disconnected, so there was like a decent amount of time where I was just kind of chilling here with the mods and whatnot. But I very much sent out Dragapult, intending to hit Diancie, not remembering the +2 that's literally on the screen if you can't see with my line right here. So, he disconnected. The moderator left, spam him and stuff like that. And I just say I'm assuming that they'll be back since I'm throwing like a pro. I guess I got to be good at something. But here, I just sort of dropped the ball. This turn right here was probably the beginning of the end, I guess. The Dragapult switch in and then switch out, while it does very much suck, that was definitely not the end of what was coming. This was definitely a big point in time where I probably realistically should have switched out or switched in to take the Moonblast and then switched back out because he was doing the Earth Power. The Earth Power, looking back at it, is a very obvious move, and I very should have went into probably with the team composition as it is right now, or not team composition, the battle composition as it is right now, I probably should have switched out to Vikavolt. Um, I didn't want to switch out to Vikavolt because I felt like Vikavolt did a lot of damage if I could get the Trick Room off, which is what I went for this turn. But they go off with Earth Power, and I just forgot Earth Power was a move, I guess. I just didn't think they were going to knock out Slowking. But Slowking is gone, and here we are. Then we go to Pinsir. Now, we go to Pinsir, we're adamant, we quick attack, and it goes down to 1 HP. I'm going to pause this because in the post chat, David, we shared our Pokepace and stuff like that to look at each other's team, and David shared some calcs that he did that he had for Mega Diancie and Pinsir already. So let me go find that real quick. Alright, and we're back. I couldn't actually find where he put that message, but because he put his Pokespin on there, I have his at least he was modest, and this was his EV allocation at least. If you see here on the battle, we did 15%. We got an absolute min roll. They survived on 1 HP. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like if I took this out that, the battle was mine to win or whatever, but this turn right here spelled the end for me because Mega Diancie just went ahead and cleaned up shop after this. It just is what it is. The roll that I didn't hit was... Alright, so looking at the calcs, the bottom two are both at 45. 46 kills it, okay? So I had a 1 in 8 chance to not take it out right there. So I had a 12.5% chance for it to live, a 87.5% chance for me to take it out. And it just kind of didn't roll like that. Pokemon being a game of chance as it is, I am not too upset about how this played. I think there are definitely multiple turns where I could have, done a lot better and stuff like that. I feel like I did what I had to do to set up the end game that I wanted to do, just with not enough information. There were multiple plays with the Slowking there that I could have done better. There was, especially letting it get knocked out by Mega Diancie. At that point in time, honestly, I feel like I should have let my Urshifu go down. Urshifu was faster than everything else. Obviously, besides the Mega Diancie that was set up and whatnot. But I feel like if I, at that turn with the Slowking where I let it go down, I feel like if I would have switched out to Vikavolt, predicting the Earth Power, or if I would have just switched out to Urshifu just for the sack, whatever the case may be, the game would have carried out very, very differently. And then, obviously, the quick attack with Mega Pinsir. There's nothing I can do in my power to change that. If I was put if the battle had gone the way it did up to that point, and I was put in that same situation with the Mega Pinsir versus the Mega Diancie, I still would have had to have click quick attack 100 out of 100 times. Now, statistically, I would have won about 87 of those times, but it is what it, or would have at least KO'd it. Personally, I do realistically think that David is a better battler than me. He had calcs he was running. He, is well versed in the meta. This is a 2.3 2.3 edition of Radical Red. So, they're definitely more familiar with the tier than I am, because I haven't even finished Radical Red as a game. So it just kind of is what it is. But overall, I don't think I played too bad. There's turns here or there that I would have changed, but it is what it is. I had an enjoyable time. After the battle, I continued talking with David and some moderators and whatnot. It was just a positive experience in general. There was like no toxicity, there was no like taunting, there was none of that stuff, which I really, really appreciated because, it's hard to be like a graceful loser, which I'm not trying to say that I am, but it is also very easy to be like a, stuck up, snobbish sort of winner. And I greatly, greatly appreciate David just being like a, solid overall person. And hey, you did this good, hey, you did that good, this roll was crazy, that turn was crazy, blah blah blah, all this other stuff, or this tech was crazy. I commented, or I messaged him on some text that he had, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, why don't I just pull up his Pokespin of his team? I just realized I don't know why I keep calling it Pokespin when it's Pokebase, but this was his team. He had Scarf Gengar, bulky Chestnut, bulky Corviknight, which, thinking about it, I don't even know if this fucker hit the field. Latias with Choice Specs, Mega DNC, and Mienshao. Um, I really liked some of their sets. I really liked the Gengar. I could see myself running a set like that in another league that I have Gengar in. Chestnut and Corviknight as a tandem is pretty scary, and I'm actually going to throw in Latias in there as well because that's a bulky, bulky trio. Um, if I had, got rid of Mega DNC at that point in time, Chestnut's already gone. Corviknight's there, but Corviknight could have been hit hard with Vikavolt if I hadn't sacked it or whatever the case may be. Latias would have been hit really hard by the Vikavolt, whatever the case may be. But I really enjoyed the battle. I had a positive time overall. And that's just all I gotta say. As long as I keep having positive times and keep having fun with these draft leagues, I'm gonna keep doing them. Uh, I don't know how I'll react when I run into that toxic player or anything like that, but I guess we'll get there when we get there. I'll, try to be positive. Uh, but usually I'm one of those people where if somebody has that type of energy, I'm quick to match it. Um, I will do my best not to do that if it gets to that point. But I guess there's also, post recording or post commenting my recordings in general. Uh, I can sort of eliminate any sort of toxicity on my part, but I, definitely can't control my opponents or anything like that. But, I guess that's all I got to say about this battle. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your day. And, see you soon with another video, hopefully.